Hey everybody, my name is Will and this is Idiot Proof Cooking. If you're new to the channel, I make simple and easy to follow recipes that I consider are idiot proof because hey, if an idiot like me can make something, you certainly can. Now, if you're a return viewer to the channel, you know the drill. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of Christmas baking. Now keep in mind I'm going to be doing a lot of baking heading into the holidays, but today I wanted to show you how to make one of my favorite cookies that I make every year for Christmas, ginger snaps. They are so easy to make, can't stress that enough. Super easy to make. And they're really, really tasty. They're nice and spicy, and they snap. They're nice and crispy. They are a ginger snap after all. And they're perfect for, either snacking on at any point in time, dunking in your tea or coffee. I think you'll absolutely love them. So check out the video. I think you'll really like it. And let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into making these ginger snap cookies. Like I said in the intro, I like making these every year for Christmas because they are super tasty and just really easy to make. So get yourself a large mixing bowl and into it add 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. From there you're going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking soda and then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Pour both of those in. And then I'm going to add in 2 heaping teaspoons of ground ginger and then a teaspoon of ground cloves, and last but not least, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. From there, I'm going to give this a quick whisking with my trusty whisk until it's all combined, and then we're going to set it aside for a moment and get ourselves another mixing bowl. And into that mixing bowl, we're going to add a half cup of white granulated sugar. Then we're going to add in 1.5 cups of fancy molasses. Just make sure you scrape out the measuring cup. There we go. And then, last but not least, we're going to add in 1 cup of lard. Now, as you can see, it's solid, so I'm going to microwave this until it melts in 30-second intervals. There you go, just like that. So pour that in with the sugar and molasses, and then you're going to want to just mix it together. You're mostly mixing the molasses and the sugar. The lard is going to stay a little bit separate, as you can see, but that's okay, because we're going to go get the dry ingredients back, and we're going to pour the wet ingredients in, very carefully making sure not to spill. Use your spatula to scrape the bowl. You want to get all of these ingredients in with the flour, and then you're going to get a wooden spoon or a spatula, basically any utensil that one would mix something with, and you're going to mix this all together until it's combined. Maybe take some care not to spill the flour like I did, but eventually it's going to get too thick to mix with a utensil, so it's honestly easier to just get in there with your hands after a bit and start kneading this all together. Now what you're going to want to do is knead the cookie dough for 2, 3, 4 minutes, basically until it makes a nice smooth consistency with no raw dry flour left over. Once that's done, you're going to want to shape the dough into a rough log shape because we're going to split it in half and basically make 2 12-inch logs of cookie dough in a square shape that we can harden up in the fridge and then slice in the cookies after the dough hardens up. So like I said, you're just going to want to knead this and shape this into like a square shape, like a long rectangle, approximately 1 foot in length. That kind of looks funny like that. But anyways, get some tin foil out, throw the cookie dough down, and then wrap it up. Now, as I'm wrapping it up, I'm just going to press along the edges of it to really reinforce that square shape. As you can see, just smoothing out the edges. And then I'm just going to seal the ends here, and we're going to stick both of them in the fridge. As you can see here, I have both of them wrapped up. This makes a lot of cookies, by the way. So we're going to stick both of these in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours, give or take, to let the cookie dough harden up. Okay, so it's been 4 hours, so now it's time to start slicing and baking these cookies. So get one of your ginger snap cookie dough logs out of the fridge, peel it away from the tin foil, and it's time to start slicing these. So what we're going to do is get ourselves a really sharp knife, and we're going to cut cookies out of this about between, 1/4 inch and 1/8 of an inch thick. Something like that. That's what you're looking for. So you're going to just start cutting out as many cookies as you can, and then I'm going to place them on a baking sheet, and I'm just going to fill the baking sheet up. Now you don't need to leave a lot of space in between these because they don't expand too much. So leave between like 1.5 inch between cookies. But from there you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake these for about 8 to 10 minutes. They are going to expand a little bit, not too much, but they are going to look pretty much the same as when you put them in. They don't really change color too much, but you want to let these cool down for about 20 or 30 minutes. One, because they're piping hot, but also so they harden up. They are ginger snaps after all, so they're supposed to be nice and crispy. So after 20-30 minutes, they've cooled down enough, and there you go. You got some ginger snaps, and there's the rest of them still from the first batch of cookie dough. And look at that, they smell amazing, just nice and spicy. And here, let me illustrate the snap. Ah, look at that. Perfect snap there, nice and crispy, and you know what, they are delicious, just so good. Not overly sweet, like the sweetness isn't overpowering, it's more of a spicy cookie with all the, the cloves, the ginger, and the cinnamon, but oh man, those are fantastic. What a perfect holiday cookie. Okay, before I go, I did say I like to dunk these in my coffee and tea, so I'm going to pour myself a little bit of orange pico tea here, so give me a second here, because I have to illustrate how delicious they are when you dunk them in your tea. Give me a second here to steep this. I drink my orange pico tea black. I drink all my tea black, actually, to be honest with you. So give this a quick second here. Remove the tea bag. Here we go. And throw that out. And all right, ginger snap in some orange pico tea. Give it a quick dunk and give it a taste test. Here we go. And yeah, it's amazing. It tastes awesome. So good, so good. Honestly, you should try these at home. I'm sure you can see they were super easy to make, and they are fantastic. But that is the end of the episode, like always, so I hope you like what you saw here today. If you did, why don't you drop me a comment, like the video, or even subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching Idiot Proof Cooking. We'll see you again soon.